How's it going, you guys? AZPlow21 back again with another episode of our UFC save here in WMMA 5. And here today we have a great fight. It is Charles Oliveira versus Dustin Poirier 2. A big fight in the super lightweight Grand Prix as we look to crown our first ever super lightweight champion. You can see here Michael Chandler has already advanced after beating Jalen Turner. We have Makhachev versus Dober. We have Dariush versus Edwards, and we have Oliveira versus Dustin Poirier. The second quarterfinal is here today as Oliveira and Poirier do battle. It's going to be a good one. Appreciate you guys as always for watching. Be sure to like the video, subscribe if you haven't already done so. Check me out on Twitch. I'm going to be playing a lot more of this, playing a lot more of TEW, playing some Call of Duty whenever I get some time. The next time that I see you guys, it'll be UFC Fight Night Shevchenko versus Andrade 2. Big women's flyweight fight in that one between Shevchenko and Andrade, live from Scandinavia. We are making our way towards UFC 304 Jones versus Spivak. 4 title fights on that one. John Jones, Chimaev, Grosso, and Cannonier all defending their respective titles, along with the super lightweight Grand Prix matchup between Dariush and Edwards. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the rankings before we go ahead and get going here today. Nothing going on in the heavyweight division. Paul Craig into the top 10 at light heavyweight. That's pretty crazy. Nothing at middleweight. At welterweight, we had the debuting Yaroslav Amosov into the top 5 after his very impressive debut win over Gilbert Burns. At super lightweight, Nate Diaz is in there just because we have signed him. He's not in the tournament, but he will be in that division. At lightweight, we had Justin James into the top 10. We just signed him. Dan Hooker into the top 20. Love to see it. Nothing at featherweight. At bantamweight, we have Yadong Song in at number 12. Love to see that as well. At flyweight, we had Karafov step out of the top 5 after losing in his fight against Mateusz Nicolau, who was there at number 4. At featherweight, nothing going on really. At bantamweight, we have Hope Chase, who we just signed. I believe she was the Invicta champion. Just signed her. Ariane Lipsky into the top 15 now. At flyweight, we had Caitlin Souza into the number 7 spot after her big win over Valerie Lareda. And then at strawweight, Amanda Hebos up to number 17. And that is it for the rankings. Let's go ahead and get it going, huh? Oliveira versus Poirier 2, taking place in Texas. Everything is always bigger in Texas. We have Shamil Erdogan taking on Devin Clark in the middleweight division, I want to say. In the light heavyweight division, and it is Erdogan getting the split decision victory in a very poor fight. Not the greatest way to make your debut, but he says he wants to fight Alexander Gustafsson. We have Ryan Spann taking on Simeon Smooth Powell in the light heavyweight division, and it is Smooth Powell getting it done here today, getting a win in his UFC debut. You love to see it. Ramiz Brahimaj taking on Lorenz Larkin, former Bellator, I don't want to say champion, but definitely former Bellator great, as Brahimaj gets the win here today over the former Bellator fighter. Victor the Brick Martinez taking on Trey Ogden at 155, and it's Ogden with the guillotine choke in a fantastic fight. Love to see it. Possible fight of the night for the two. Austin Lights Out Lingo, who actually had a little bit of a run in my last UFC save. He's taking on Gabriel Magli Benitez, and it is Austin Lingo getting it done just 39 seconds into round number 2. Love to see the TKO finish. Damon Jackson taking on Alex Blues Leroy Caceres, who crazily enough was ranked for quite some time in real life. I think he lost his most recent fight and lost his ranking, but just incredible that he was able to put up a little win streak and stay ranked for a good decent time. And here you can see he gets a big win over the Leech Damon Jackson here today. Bernie Garcia taking on Ho at the bantamweight division out of Scottsdale, Arizona. Ho getting it done here today. Love to see that in his UFC debut as well. Congrats to Ho. Muhammad Usman taking on Odie Delaney out of Anchorage, Alaska, taking on the former, was it welterweight? Yeah, welterweight champion's brother. And it's Usman getting the unanimous decision in a poor fight. It's not ideal, but Usman getting the win here today. Julia Budd taking on Jessica Miele in the 145 division. couple of, I was going to say greats, but I mean, veterans, I guess you can say, as Julia Budd gets the win 2 minutes into round number 1. And she's happy to have won in her UFC debut. Congrats. Luana Santos taking on Jillian Robertson in our final prelim fight at 125. And it is Luana Santos with the split decision in a decent fight. She gets the win in her UFC debut. She's looking rather marketable. Love to see it. Congratulations to Luana Santos. First fight on the main card, and it is Philip DeFries taking on Chris Daukaus. Now, Daukaus, we all saw him take a pretty big L to Derek Lewis and Curtis Blades in real life. And then Philip DeFries, he is 2-3 in the UFC, but this is his return fight. Ever since leaving back in 2013, ended up becoming the KSW champion, stayed on his game. He is back in the UFC, and he gets a split decision victory over Chris Daukaus here today. Husier Formiga taking on Hiroba Minowa in the flyweight division. Always love a good flyweight fight, and it's Husier Formiga at 39 years old, still going at it strong, getting the win, his 27th of his career. Jason Jackson taking on Sean Brady here today. Another former Bellator fighter in Jackson taking on Sean Brady, who had a nice little run going, was undefeated for quite a while, and he gets a big win over Jackson here today, Sean Brady, via unanimous decision. Charles Air Jourdain taking on Ilia Topuria. Now, we already know what Ilia Topuria can do in real life. In game, it has not really happened for him. He lost to Brian Ortega via TKO, was out for nearly a year, and then fought Edson Barbosa and won. So that loss to Ortega kind of derailed him a little bit, but here he is with a big chance at a victory, and he gets a unanimous decision victory over Charles Jourdain in a fantastic fight. So Ilia Topuria still on the come up. Stamp Fairtex Nong Stamp taking on Claudia Gadelha. In real life, I think Gadelha has been retired for a while now, but brought her back. Let's see, has she won a fight since she's come back? No, this is her first fight since she's come back, taking on Stamp Fairtex, who is 1-0 in the UFC after a win over Cheyenne Belismas. And it is Stamp Fairtex getting the win, TKO in round number 3 in the co-main events. Love to see it. And our main event of the evening, Charles do Bronx Oliveira taking on Dustin Poirier for the second time. Let's take a look at the former champion in Oliveira. You can see since the save has started, he has beaten Rafael Fiziev and then lost to Grant Dawson at UFC 300. A little bit of an upset there that time. And then Dustin the Diamond Poirier, future Hall of Famer. Since the save has started, he has beaten Justin Gaethje via unanimous decision and then lost to Makhachev via unanimous decision. And that wasn't for a title, was it? It doesn't look like it was for a title, but he lost to Makhachev nonetheless. And so here we are with do Bronx Oliveira and Poirier going at it in our main event. Let's get it going. And again, this is in the super lightweights division in the Grand Prix to see who moves on to the semifinal. I'm not sure if the winner specifically is going to fight Michael Chandler, but both of these guys obviously have fought Michael Chandler, and that would be quite the fight. Oliveira is cut already, not even 2 minutes into the first round. Two fighters engage. Both men coming together. Nice right hand lands for Oliveira. Leg kick lands. Little bit of damage being done here as round 1 comes to a close. They're going to say it went to Poirier. All right, round 2 is underway as they come forward. Right hand taken on the gloves. Oliveira moving around a little bit. Under a minute left to go in the round. Oliveira punching, unloading on Poirier, and that is going to be it. Your winner by TKO in our main event is Charles Oliveira in an excellent fight. Love to see that, and he advances to the semifinals. Big win here today. Commercial rating of 89. Charles Oliveira with a big time win over Dustin Poirier here today. Nice little profit from the show as well. As I mentioned, folks, we're making our way towards John Jones and Sergey Spivak. That is our pay-per-view. 4 title fights on that. That is sure to be an amazing, amazing show. Appreciate you guys for watching. Charles Oliveira is your winner here today. I'm AZPlow21, and I will see you guys at the fights.